Sam Bankman-Fried, often called SBF, was at the peak of his success. He was featured on the covers of Forbes, which called him the richest person in their 20s, and Fortune, a major achievement for any business leader, similar to a rock star being on Rolling Stone or an athlete on Sports Illustrated. He was also highlighted in the Financial Times' famous Lunch with the FT segment. People saw him as the trustworthy face of cryptocurrency, and there were even rumors that he might become the first trillionaire. He was a prodigy, a billionaire, and a self-proclaimed altruist, hailed as the king of crypto. But in just a few days, his empire crumbled. This is the story of Sam Bankman-Fried, the man who flew too close to the sun. Sam Bankman-Fried was born into a world of intellectual rigor. His parents were professors from a young age. Sam was immersed in a culture of high-level academic debate at Stanford Law School. A math and science prodigy, Sam's curiosity was limitless. As a teenager, he devoured economics, physics, and philosophy books. At MIT, he discovered his passion for optimizing systems, whether they were mathematical problems or financial markets. While he was at MIT, he lived in a group house called Epsilon Theta, which describes itself as an alcohol-free community that enjoys beanbags, board games, puzzles, and rubber ducks. He once mentioned on an FTX podcast that he didn't put much effort into his classes and was unsure about what he wanted to do with his life during most of college. He graduated in 2014 with a degree in physics and a minor in math. Sam Bankman-Fried is known for being a vegan and has stayed true to his beliefs even in jail, where his lawyers say he hasn't been given vegan meals. They mentioned that before his trial, he was surviving mainly on bread, water, and peanut butter. His commitment to veganism is tied to his background in animal rights activism, which is also connected to the effective altruism movement. While he was in college, he thought about working in animal welfare and even organized a protest against factory farming during his first year. However, he later met Will MacAskill, a leader in the effective altruism movement, who advised him that he could make a bigger difference by pursuing a high-paying career and donating money to charity. This idea, called earning to give, is a key part of effective altruism, which focuses on using resources to do the most good. After graduating, Bankman-Fried took a job at a quantitative trading firm called Jane Street, where he said he donated about half of his salary to charities, including those focused on animal welfare. But Sam's story truly begins in 2017, when he left a promising career at Jane Street Capital, a prestigious quantitative trading firm, to dive headfirst into the emerging world of cryptocurrencies. Sam saw something that most others missed: an opportunity to exploit inefficiencies in the chaotic, unregulated crypto market. And he was going to capitalize on it. He was incredibly intense, always thinking, always calculating. Sam founded Alameda Research with one goal: to build the most efficient trading firm in the world. Alameda Research thrived on arbitrage, buying low and selling high across different crypto exchanges. One of their first major plays was the kimchi premium, where they exploited price differences between US and South Korean markets to make millions. In 2017, he returned to California and worked for the Center for Effective Altruism, a charity organization. Soon after, he started Alameda Research, a trading firm named after a city in California but based in Hong Kong, where he began trading Bitcoin. But for Sam, this was just the beginning. In 2019, he founded FTX, a cryptocurrency exchange that promised to be faster, fairer, and more transparent than any other. He founded FTX. His wealth skyrocketed during the pandemic, and as he got richer, Bankman-Fried also became well known to the public. We wanted to build a platform everyone could use, from professional traders to the average person interested in crypto. And we did it. Within 2 years, FTX was processing billions of dollars in trades every day. Sam's vision was becoming a reality, and his fortune was skyrocketing. He pledged to donate most of his wealth to charity, becoming a champion of effective altruism. But all was not as it seemed. He and 9 employees lived in a $30 million penthouse in the Bahamas, which had a pool shaped like an orchid. He watched the 2022 Super Bowl, along with a very expensive FTX commercial featuring Larry David in a VIP box with Katy Perry, Orlando Bloom, and Kate Hudson. FTX hosted some flashy public events. They held the Crypto Bahamas event in Nassau, attracting big names like supermodel Gisele Bündchen and her then-husband, Tom Brady. Dressed in his usual cargo shorts, Bankman-Fried appeared on stage with Bill Clinton and Tony Blair. FTX's success was meteoric, but the crypto world is unpredictable. Behind the scenes, there were troubling signs, whispers of liquidity problems, and questionable financial practices. In November 2022, a leaked balance sheet revealed that Alameda Research was heavily reliant on FTT, a token created by FTX itself. Suddenly, everyone was asking the same question. Was this an empire built on sand? A run on the bank? Customers scrambled to withdraw their money, but it was already too late. FTX was insolvent. What we witnessed was one of the fastest collapses in financial history. Billions of dollars evaporated overnight. Sam Bankman-Fried, a curly-haired crypto giant and major Democratic donor who said he was revolutionizing digital finance, gave up after a week of trying to save FTX. In just 3 years, FTX became the world's second-largest digital currency exchange. He stepped down as CEO, and the company, along with 130 related businesses, filed for bankruptcy in the U.S. Sam Bankman-Fried was arrested, facing charges of fraud, conspiracy, and money laundering. The man who once promised to revolutionize finance was now accused of being a fraudster. FTX ran into every possible problem, said Joshua Peck, founder of TrueCode Capital, a crypto asset management firm, and author of the upcoming book Cryptocurrency Risk Management, a guide for family wealth managers. It's registered in the Bahamas, never met the SOC 2 compliance standards, which certify that a company's internal processes are high quality and it's heavily leveraged. It's a huge mess. Bankman-Fried presented himself as the respectable face of a shady industry, one that regulators saw as a haven for criminals, money launderers, and those evading sanctions. A giant online casino where strong traders could suffer massive losses. He spent millions supporting Joe Biden's presidential campaign, becoming the biggest Democratic donor after George Soros, and winning over other left-leaning politicians. Politicians often talk about where their opponents get their money, said Charles Elson, a corporate governance expert before FTX collapsed. If you've taken money from someone who ends up failing, people will start asking questions. Sam Bankman-Fried's defense hinges on the argument that he made mistakes, not crimes. But with so much money lost, public opinion has been unforgiving. He is currently facing charges related to the disappearance of billions of dollars belonging to FTX users. These users believed their money was safely stored on the platform, not invested in or loaned to FTX. They were simply keeping their funds there while making transactions. FTX was basically like a casino. But with a twist, Sam Bankman-Fried not only owned the casino, but he was also gambling in it, and it seems he was using other people's money to do so. Alameda Research, a company connected to him, appeared to be making big bets using funds taken from FTX customers' accounts. Meanwhile, FTX was heavily promoted and marketed, even though what was happening behind the scenes at Alameda remained hidden. Caroline Ellison, his ex-girlfriend and the CEO of Alameda who has admitted to fraud, gave the clearest insight into his thinking. She said Bankman-Fried believed in taking any risk if he had even a slight edge in the odds. According to her testimony, he thought the only moral rule that mattered was doing whatever would bring the most good to the most people. He didn't think rules like don't lie and don't steal were important. But there's another story unfolding, that Bankman-Fried was brought down by his friend-turned-rival at Binance. Zhao had invested $500 million in FTX's token, FTT. Binance demanded repayment, but FTX couldn't fulfill the request. When other investors heard about the trouble, it triggered a panic similar to a bank run which quickly spiraled out of control. Some people believe Zhao was upset with SBF's push for stricter regulations. As the trial looms, the world waits to see whether Sam Bankman-Fried will be remembered as a visionary who flew too close to the sun, or as the greatest fraudster of our time. This is more than just the story of one man. It's a cautionary tale of ambition, risk, and the thin line between innovation and deception. In the world of high finance and digital currencies, fortunes can be made in a day and lost in an hour. But the legacy of Sam Bankman-Fried will serve as a stark reminder that trust is the most valuable currency of all.